Welcome to Swatchfest, everybody. If you are new, Swatchfest is a segment on my channel that we have every single Saturday. We've been having it for 2 years, over 2 years, where we just talk about 10 random polishes from my stash. So every other video that you come to for my channel, we're speaking about something specific, a specific collection, a specific overview of a brand, a collaboration like the nail kit one that I just did, things like that. On Saturday, I'm just pulling 10 random polishes from my to swatch bin. So it's basically polishes that I pick up or that are perhaps even gifted to me. And I pick 10, I try to get one in each shade of the rainbow, and then we swatch it and we talk about it. We talk about our weeks. I share with you some different things that I've been thinking about, and we just have some fun chillax time. As always, we're going to start with red, so let's get going. So that was actually a little bit of a psych because my red polish is my A+ polish. So also I pick an A+ polish of the week and I save that for the end. That basically is my favorite of all 10 of these. And so we're gonna skip red because that was my favorite. So let's move on to pink. I have actually two rosy colors. They actually are so similar, you guys. It's actually kind of silly. But one's gonna be in my red spot and one's gonna be for pink. So let's start out with the first one here is from Glaze, and this is called 5th Avenue, and they picked this up recently, I think recently at Marshall's, sometime in the past few months. And it's just this gorgeous dusty rose shade. It has a gorgeous formula. It's basically a one coater. I'm going to show you two, but that's just me being silly because you really don't need two. I hadn't even heard of this polish before I saw it at Marshall's, and I'm really glad that I picked it up. If you're new here and thus have never heard me talk about Marshall's and how you can get polish there, they usually have a pretty good selection of polish from brands like OPI, China Glaze, Orly, no Zoya, but some other things too. So there's going to be a few things in here from Marshall's. Next polish up is from Mineral Fusion, and this is a brand carried at Ulta, and I had never purchased any of these before because they're normally like $13 or something. This one was in the bargain bin. It was knocked down from $12.99 to $7.99. And then even further to $3.99. And out of all the Mineral Fusions in that bin, this is the only one that was knocked down to $3.99. So I thought to myself, what is wrong with you, polish? Anyway, so basically $4 for a 10 milliliter bottle, I was okay with that. But $13 for a 10 milliliter bottle? I don't think so. I think the reason why it might have been discounted is because after I got it home, I realized it was really thick and it was about half full. What that tells me is that this spilled at the store and lost about half of the polish, and because it was leaking / spilling, they got a lot of air in there and it thickened up the polish, and so I think that's what happened. I'm not too mad about it though, because when polish is thick you can just add thinner and it'll be fine. Basically, if I add a little thinner to this sucker, it's going to be just perfect because this was on the thick side. But it was also another one coater, like the same exact color as the one we just looked at. Sorry about that, guys. But it has a great formula. My only really issue with this polish, except for the price, of course, is this cap. It makes it kind of awkward to paint my nails, like unless the brush is facing this way. That's the more ergonomical way to hold it, but my brush was facing this way, so I was having to hold it like that. So not the most practical, but anyway, I thought that the polish was pretty nice. gonna scoot right along and keep going here. So for orange, I am going to show you another polish that I got at Marshall's, and this is called Hard Cider. This is from Sally Hansen, number 460 in the Extreme Wear line. So I really love the Extreme Wear line. I think they come out with great stuff. This polish is beautiful, but it is on the sheerer side. So it's really just like a very juicy, warm orange with lots of gold shimmer in it. So you know I love my gold shimmer. So it's really, really pretty. The components of it are really nice. It goes on nicely. It's just a little bit too sheer. So even at 3 coats, I could I can't even talk. See my nail line, which I was just kind of like, oh man, so I probably would have to use this as a topper. So that's the only thing for me. When a polish gets to 3 coats and it's still not really to my liking of opacity, then I'm just kind of a little bit less than enthused about it, but it is a really pretty color. Okay, so yellow, I was excited to get to this point because I wanted to talk about this polish. This is a Nars nail polish, and if you know me, I like to shop on a budget for my polish because I'm, you know, purchasing so much of it for my channel. I have to get things at a discount or else there's no way, like, I couldn't do it. So I have always been eyeing up Nars nail polish and wanted to know what it's like, but I haven't ever been able to purchase it. Lo and behold, last time I went to Marshall's, I found 2 bottles of polish there, and they were still in their boxes, and they were the same polish. This is 15 minutes. I think this was from the Andy Warhol collection or something. The bottle said something like that on it. So, I can't remember. I snapped about it on Snapchat. If you don't follow me there, it's a good idea to follow me on Snapchat because rather than Instagram, I usually snap about stuff because it's just easier for me. I just like the format of it better. And my Instagram story always freezes. Have you guys ever noticed that? Whenever I'm watching anybody's, it just like freezes and I can't hear the sound. Maybe that's an issue with my phone or something, I don't know. But anyway, I really enjoy Snapchat better is what I'm trying to say. And so I will snap about stuff like that. Like if I see this at the store, I'm gonna let you guys know about it because I want you to see if you can find it at yours too. So back to this polish. I think it was like $6 or $7 there, which is a huge discount from what this costs normally. Nars nail polishes are 15 milliliters, by the way. So a yellow polish, was it good? Yes, it was really good. It wasn't a 1 coater, but I let it slide for yellow polishes because they're hard to do. It was great at 2 coats. It was nice and buttery smooth. I really enjoyed this. Would I go out and spend the amount of money that these cost without the discount? No, I would not. But when you can find it at Marshall's, that is really fun. Okay guys, so time to talk media. I watched some movies this week. I thought it would be really fun because I have that device that lets me watch basically any movie ever on the planet. You know, not ever, but pretty much like almost all of them. It's called Stream Smart in case you missed a couple Swatchfests ago when I talked about it. I thought it would be fun to watch some of my favorite actors and actresses in some of their older roles that you don't really see show up on like Netflix or wherever on demand or whatever. We don't have cable, but or Netflix anymore for that matter. But so I started watching a few of the older Sandra Bullock films this week because I really like her, and I discovered there were really only a handful that I hadn't watched. So I watched Love Potion #9, which is incredibly cute. The other film that I watched of hers this week was Murder by Numbers. I think she came out with that film around the same time she was doing like Miss Congeniality 2. Miss Congeniality 1, by the way, is probably my favorite Sandra Bullock film. I really enjoy While You Were Sleeping. That will always be dear to my heart, but I feel like Miss Congeniality 1 is really where she kind of stepped out, and I just think it was a really kind of breakthrough role for her. Anyway, Murder by Numbers. It also has Ryan Gosling in it, who is super duper hot, but not necessarily in that movie. You'll have to watch it to see. I don't know what it is. Maybe you guys can tell me what it is. Is it because he's just that much younger and his face had to grow or something? He had to grow into his face? I don't know what it was, but he looks different in that film. Anyway, so I liked it. That's a good one. I watched a really weird movie this week, but it was like silly, funny, weird. So there's this movie out called Swiss Army Man. It has Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe in it as a dead man. And it has Paul Dano in it, and he has been one of my favorites since he starred in Love and Mercy, which is like been my favorite show of the whole year this last year. I guess it's been more than a year since I mentioned it the first time. So basically it's about this man who has found himself in this deserted area and has lost all hope, and he's about to kill himself, and he finds this body that starts to come to life. And so Daniel Radcliffe plays the body and Paul Dano is the man. And so it's really actually, okay, so it's really kind of weird and quirky. Like if you don't like weird films that you're going, what? A lot of the times you probably won't like this film. But if you don't mind that and you kind of like the artistic nature of that sometimes, then you might actually like this, especially if you like either of those actors. So anyway, basically I felt like its redeeming qualities were it does have some really great cinematography, but it also really just explores the very basis of what it means to be human, basis of love and friendship, like love in friendship. And it's actually really beautiful in that aspect. So if you're kind of into a little bit of weird movies, you might like that one. Okay guys, so that's enough of that. Let's get back to the nail polish. I have two really fun ones to talk about next. We have green, and this is from Shimmer. And when they had their sale a while ago, I knew I had to grab this one, and this is called Keep It Under Lock and Kiwi. And I just thought this was so fun because it's like a bright springy green with lots of holographic little shimmer in it and purple hex glitters, and so the green and the purple look so cute together. This is great at 2 coats. If I could change anything about this, I think I would make the purple glitter a little bit more prominent because mine only came out just a little tiny bit. Granted, this is from the Misfit collection, which means that it didn't actually make it into a collection. So there was probably some tweaking that happened with this, and then it made it into a collection. But I thought that this was really cute, and it has a great formula, of course. Next up, another Marshall's find. So I have been meaning to try the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel top coat. You guys tell me all the time that you really enjoy it. And so at Marshall's they had the duo, they had lots of duos of the top coat and a color, and this is the one that I wanted to try, and I'm glad that I did because this is gorgeous. So I now had the top coat and then a really pretty color, and I've been using it and I enjoy it. So this is called Carry On Blue. And isn't this color stunning, you guys? I mean, this is very like Alice in Wonderland. Okay, no, it's not. I just went and looked. It's actually more like a Tiffany blue. It's even a little bit greener than the Tiffany blue that OPI did. But anyway, this is gorgeous. It definitely needs 2 coats, but it's stunning. And I just really enjoyed the formula. So yeah, I loved this. You guys might want to go to your Marshalls. There was a lot of good finds there this month. So yeah, totally recommend. All right, my purple polish this week is the lovely OPI Significant Other color. And I've actually had a few of you ask me about comparisons for this recently with all these collections that are coming out with these really cool like purple and gold combos, and I didn't have this one, and then voila, it showed up at Marshall's and I was like, okay, yes, I need that. This is really pretty. It is rather sheer though, so even though I love the gold and purple combo, I feel like the other options that we've seen lately in collections are probably better than this one because they get more opaque faster. This one at 3 coats still wasn't quite opaque enough for me, but this is really pretty. For neutral today, and the polish that I have on my nails is this beautiful rose gold from Catrice, and this is called Go For Gold, exclamation point, and that's just, woo, that's so shiny. This one has a frosty nature, so I actually prefer this polish. Like, this color is the same one as Meet Me in the Mirage, which was in my top 25 polishes for fall video. If you missed that, don't forget to check it out. I really like that one for fall, and this is just absolutely gorgeous too. And from far away, man, you really can't beat that. But up close, I don't enjoy the brushstroke quality of it as much as the other forms of metallics, but it is still really striking and beautiful. So let's do a rundown of what's on my face. For foundation, well, let's start with primer. I don't really use primer all that often, but I should use it more because I forget that not only is it for like smoothing out your pores and stuff, which I don't really look for it for, it's supposed to actually make the foundation look a little bit nicer. So when I remember to use it, I have this little sample from Smashbox, which I like. So this is the Photo Finish Foundation Primer. Then today I used the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. This is in, what is this shade? 110. This is their lightest one. And I think this may be like the darkest foundation that I own. I usually just get the lightest one in every single foundation. But this one is a little bit warmer, and I actually wasn't hating it today. I don't know, I might watch this back and be like, whoa, 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 whoa. But when I was putting it on, I was like, okay, which is kind of ironic because we're heading into the part of the year where we're gonna get the least amount of sun. But anyway, that's what I'm wearing, and I have to, when something says dewy, like if it's for normal to dry skin, and it says dewy on it, like the L'Oreal Cushion Foundation, that one leaves me looking like I just took a shower. I absolutely have to powder. So I took my Maybelline Fit Me in 110 again, and just powdered in the spots that were the wettest looking, like right here and right here. Maybe that means that I'm actually moving a little bit away from super dry skin to kind of more of a combination. I don't know. I've always been like very parched skin my entire life, but I don't know, maybe I'm moving into a different phase because these dewy foundations look really dewy on me. Okay, and for concealer, I use the Nars, speaking of Nars, you guys, but this one I actually would spend the money on. This is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Chantilly. It was for my under eyes. And then I used, of course, my Anastasia in Caramel for my eyebrows. And then on my eyes, I had been wearing the same thing all week. So like I went out with my girlfriend one night and then went to church. I think I probably only wore makeup 2 times this week, so not a lot. But every time I wore this, I had people comment on it. So I took my Wet n Wild Gold Bar, which I was discussing the other day, how highlighters are pretty much just really shiny eyeshadows, pretty much, right? And how you can just use your eyeshadows as highlighters if you want to. And so then I switched it up and I took this, which I've done before. I'd used the Physicians Formula Shimmer Brick as eyeshadow before and I really enjoy that. But this is what I was wearing all week. So if you ever saw me on Snapchat or Instagram or whatever and you were wondering, this is what I was wearing. So I just basically put this all over my eye and that is it. So I was really enjoying it. There's a lot of glare going on there. Let me open that up. There's like 2 different colors there, barely. The star is slightly more coppery, but it's like barely. So you really don't get too much of a different look using that. But so that's what's on my eyes. I also use the Gold Bar on my cheekbones to highlight, and I use this. I've been trying to pull out some new things since I'm telling you every week what I'm wearing. It's challenging me to pull out, not new things, pull out old things and use them, because what's the point of building up a makeup collection if we don't use anything but the same like 10 things every time we get ready, right? So I pulled out this, it's called Headliner. It's from e.l.f. and it's one of their HD blushes, and this thing would like literally last you forever if it wasn't gonna go bad. It's in a pump, so that's good. And then there's a lot of product in there for what you need. You basically need 1/4 of a pea, and then you put it, I put it on the back of my hand here, and then I take my beauty blender and I just balance it like right there, barely, because it's bright, it's pigmented, a little goes a long way with these suckers, which is probably why I hadn't pulled it out in a while, but I was glad I did. I enjoyed it. All right, and then rounding out with 2 things, I pulled out this Milani Eye Tech Perfection Liquid Liner. I haven't used it again in forever. The thing that's so great about this is you can, it's kind of ergonomic where you can fit whatever finger you like to hold your products with, that one or that one. I think I was using that one. And it does fit nicely when you're trying to get in there. And this, it has a more, and it looks like it's going to be a felt tip, but it's a very giveable felt tip. So it really does work well there. And so I was able to, let me just give you a close up. I was able to get that done really quickly. And then this actually doesn't dry as dark as I prefer, so I went over it in my NYX liquid liner. But I'm putting this back in the rotation. I showed you guys a picture the other day on Snapchat of this winged liner look, and I was like, I'm gonna put whatever the product is I use back in rotation and tell you about it today. Well, it was this sucker, and I hadn't used it in a while, and I think I'd been thinking to myself, oh, that's probably dried out, but it was not, and so I really enjoyed it. And I think when I use this all up, I'm gonna go get another one. Lastly, on my lips today, this fluorescent coral that you've been looking at. I feel like The Walking Dead is coral. It is a product from Sleek, and I got this from my friend Zarina in the mail. So this is my first Sleek product, and this is called Hot Toddy number 1005, and this is creamy. It goes on so easily. If it was easier for me to get my hands on Sleek products, believe me, I'd be about that. Oh, it's called, you couldn't see it because it's a matte bullet, but it says Lip VIP Semi-Matte Lipstick. So indeed it is that, and my daughter actually put this on today and wore it for like 5 hours. And I looked at her right before dinner and I said, did you reapply your lipstick? Because it looks as bright as it did 5 hours ago. No, Mommy. And we actually went out to meet my son at the bus, and the bus driver was laughing at her. She's like, wow, somebody's been playing in Mommy's makeup. And I thought, hopefully it doesn't look too bad, because I'm planning on wearing that later. So anyway, that's what this is. And yeah, I know it's bright. Sorry if I've been blinding you, but I thought it was rather pretty. Alright, so for glitter today, I'm sharing with you one of the Simple Colors Halloween polishes. So this does have a glow-in-the-dark sticker on it, so if you're looking for something new rather than just like their basic, they are selling the basic one in there, but I think they're selling like 2 or 3 more glow-in-the-dark ones in that collection. This is called Hazel Moon, and the bottle looks very blue, right? Well, this doesn't really show up like that. In 2 coats, you do get a hint of blue, but it's more just like a little tiny hint. And let me know, you guys, I haven't experimented very much with glow-in-the-dark polish, but if I put this over a white, will it still look really glowy? Or does like having a different polish underneath mess up the glow-in-the-darkness? Let me know. That would be so helpful. Let me know that, and let me know what your favorite Sandra Bullock movie is. I would love to hear what it is. Okay, so I felt on the first coat, I was like, oh man, I really don't like this polish, because it was kind of, not goopy, but in my efforts to get like more glitter on there and coverage and put coverage on the nail, you'll see when you're watching a live application, I kind of just got like way too much on my nail. And because when I was going to paint it on, I was like, oh, it's not really blue, bummer. So on the first coat, I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna like this. But on the second coat, I actually kind of did. So I think I'm gonna wear it over white if you guys tell me that I can do it that way, and it'll still glow. And I really like the little moons in here. So I ended up liking this one. I didn't think I was going to. I purchased it anyway because I was like, ooh, a blue glow in the dark. It doesn't really look that blue. But I ended up liking it anyway. And my A+ polish of the week. So you guys know Zoe's been showing up in my Swatchfest every week because I bought a ton of them during their sale. And so this week it got the top spot, and we're talking about a, ooh, look at this gorgeous deep burgundy sultry red. So this is called Blair. So any Blairs out there, you have a really sultry, awesome color that has your name on it if you want to get it. So this is basically a one coater, which is like number one, ding ding ding, 1 point. It's an absolutely gorgeous color, ding ding, 2 points. And the third point is it almost feels like a duochrome, which it's not, but the reason why it feels like that is because when you put this on, oh my goodness, it's so luscious, you guys will just see in just a second. I'm gonna stop teasing you. When you have it on, like as you turn it from side to side, it's like dark on the edges. So it's like almost like you're looking like through a tunnel and you're seeing like this gorgeous red. I don't know, I'm describing it way too fancy for you, and then you're gonna see it and be like, oh, that's boring. But no, I really think this is gorgeous. So it was my absolute favorite polish of the week. I hope you enjoyed it too. Let's take a look at it. Alright guys, so that was all 10 polishes. You may have noticed the other thing that I should have talked about today, but it was kind of obvious. I did finally get my hair cut after only talking about it for what, 8 or 9 months. It was way down, like, she almost took off half the length, you guys. It was really long. You guys were telling me when I finally showed it on Snapchat, oh, I didn't know your hair was that long. It was really long, and this looks long. Anyway, this, I actually wanted to take it here, but when she cut it, she actually cut it like 2 inches longer than this, and I was like, no, that's not short enough. So she cut it to there, and then I was like, oh, well, she's doing such a cute job. I'll just let it stay like that, and then I'll just cut it again in another couple months. It's actually quite a bit longer on the front. It's supposed to be that way. I was actually going for Emily Blunt hair. I showed her a picture of Emily Blunt's hair, which is, I mean, the wavy, beachy thing, but what she got from the picture, I guess, too, was that it was longer in the front, and that was going to help it do its thing. Whatever. I don't know anything about hair, guys. I just thought that it looked cute and I asked her to cut it like that. So, but anyway, yes, it is finally cut. So you can stop hearing me say I'm going to do it and I never do it. I actually just went to the Ulta salon and I had a pretty good experience. I didn't buy all the products she used on me, so I don't feel like I was able to achieve the exact same look as she did. But, you know, we make it work. We make it work. So that is going to be it today, you guys. Don't forget those things I want you to let me know in the comments, and you can enter the giveaway in the comments if you want to know the rules on that. They're always in the description bar, as well as lots of other things. If you've never opened the description bar of YouTube videos, there's always lots of things in there that you can you know, I list all the polishes I use, all the piano covers that are in my videos. Swatchfest is usually one of the only videos out of the week that you get to hear a lot of the piano covers. Usually they're just in the background, mostly covered up by my talking. But if you ever want to know what those piano covers are that I'm playing for you, they're listed in the description bar, as well as like all my playlists. There's lots of stuff down there, guys. So I think that's going to be it. I'm having a really great day. Okay, so on Halloween, be safe. Whether you are actually going out trick-or-treating, be safe. If you just bought yourself a bunch of candy and you're gonna stay at home and eat it by yourself, be safe. Don't eat it too fast and choke on it. If you're going to watch a bunch of Halloween movies, don't get too scared that you choke on the Halloween movie scaredness. I wanna see you guys next week. If you're going out drinking with your friends, be safe. Everybody be safe on Halloween. I love you guys so much. I will see you back for my next video. Maybe it'll be on Halloween. I don't know, we'll see, we'll see. Yeah, that's gonna be it. I'm so glad you stopped by to hang out with me today, you guys. I enjoy your company so much on Swatchfest. It means so much to me that you all come, that you all leave awesome supportive comments to me and to each other in the comment section. I will see you back for my next video. Take care. I love you guys. Let me give you a hug, and I will see you back next time. Bye! Next up, we have their coral polish, and this is called Firecracker. I thought this one was great, just like the rest of them. Applied nice and easily and buttery in 2 coats. I really did like the application of these. They go on so easily. I didn't really have to mess around with them a lot, so I really appreciated that.